Hey, welcome everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the DBC Inc. Thursday Facebook Live. That's right. I am coming to you from Vancouver, Washington, the PNW, the Pacific Northwest, and all the way in Cincinnati, Ohio, the author of Be Real, the author of Cannonball In. It is the baddie from the natty, Tara Martin.
Woo! Hey, everyone. So excited to be here. I hope as you guys are joining in that you just put your name over in the comments. Tell us who you are, where you're from. Share something good that happened. I love it when you guys do that. It just starts our Thursday night off with a bang when you guys do that. So
What's
yeah,
good?
Dave, how's it going?
It is going okay. Trying to think something good from my week. Yeah. It's been a little bit of it's been an interesting week. I'll say that.
You've been adulting quite a bit.
Been adulting a little bit. Yeah. And it's like we're in this place with several of our books right now where we're trying to get them to the finish line. And there's things sometimes that stand in the way of getting to the finish line. And so we're trying to get some good stuff out to you real soon. And have to overcome all the little obstacles and hurdles along the way. Is this what I think it is?
International.
We have gone international all the way from Winnipeg, Manitoba in Canada. That's right, the province of Manitoba. It is Nick Roque, author of Phenomenal Teacher, who, by the way, inside scoop, has her last day of school tomorrow.
Whoa, it's about to get on.
Yeah, heavy funerals are always, that's a heavy thing. And so, but thank you so much for having the emotional capacity to hop in Facebook Live with a couple of jokesters like Tara and me.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think something good. Yeah, I think
we're both struggling to figure things out. We're like,
I've also been adulting a lot, but I'm super grateful to be able to adult. Like tonight, one of the things that was good that is becoming more natural for me is grilling. I went outside and I grilled a bunch of chicken for myself and for Bruna. And when I first moved out here all by myself, that was such a chore. And like we were YouTubing everything and we were trying to get the chefs that are here to like walk us through some of the how to turn the grills on and what to look for. And now I just marinate the chicken and nobody has to help me. I'm just out there just doing the thing, visiting with people on the way. So I feel like, there's just kind of a lot of those little things that I haven't taken the time to celebrate. That's just exciting to be able to, learn new skills. It's simple stuff that probably a lot of you guys know how to do, but I've never known how to do them. So it's kind of fun.
Right. Hey, Kristen, good to see you. Thank you so much for popping in and joining us. Appreciate you being here.
Dave, I do have a really good thing to celebrate.
Oh, what is that?
Yeah. So we talked about this already, but a year ago, 2 days ago, a year ago, I went to ISTE in Philly. And yeah, that's when it all went down. When my hysterectomy broke open, I birthed my intestines out there and then got a really nasty infection by the time I got back. Almost died from 2 days ago, June 25th, 2023, for 5 months, all the way till November 1st. No fitness, no CrossFit, like just fighting for my life.
Yeah, that's crazy. And think about where you are now. Like you said, that you're stronger than you've ever been before. Hitting PRs, doing things you couldn't do before, and like you were so low, like almost died, like you said. And then now,
honestly, if I wouldn't have had you through those times, that was hard. That was so hard. There were a couple of friends keeping me afloat. That was really hard.
And and that was just one thing on your agenda.
Oh yeah. Then just to get home from the hospital and then go through a divorce, it was like, whew, and then move to a whole new state and city.
Yeah.
That was a whirlwind of a year, but I think back and I'm like, wow, I've come a long way since that. And
Yeah.
I learned a lot of things through it.
For sure you did. I have Kona barking in the background, so I apologize if it's loud over here, but
Kona's celebrating. He's so happy I'm
yes.
alive.
Kona, I usually have Kona locked in the room with me here when I start, but the door's open, and so Kona is out and about. And if anybody walks by on the street, that is just not allowed. If they have a dog with them, that is absolutely not allowed. And
She's
so
protecting you.
probably someone just on a very peaceful dog walk, but not when you walk by my house. It's not a peaceful dog walk. I've said this before, but like I always like would kind of like mock those people who's like, you go by their house and the dog is just like flipping out in the window and like, oh my God, like you don't want to ever be that person. And now I'm that person.
Hey, it's fine. She's just taking care of you. That's what Kristen says too.
Yeah. It's like, don't you even think about coming into this house?
I will eat you.
Yeah. So
yeah. Anyways, there are good things to celebrate. Even the adulting part's kind of frustrating sometimes, but we get to do it. That's pretty exciting. We live to get to do it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm ready to get out. I feel I'm a little feel like I haven't been out enough recently on the road doing my thing. And so I'm looking forward to July getting out a couple times and August getting out some more and getting out there and sharing the message and meeting people and getting back into that routine a little bit. And then, been like a little bit of a slump. I haven't got my podcast out in a little bit. So I've been thinking about that. And I don't know. I think we talked about that there was a good possibility for a Real Journey Show episode with something.
I feel like I need to talk about just the journey of a year. What a difference a year can make. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. We think about this with growth with our students, especially Nick in here teaching. She teaches grade 1, right? Grade 2?
Grade 1.
Yeah, grade 1. So much growth from the time they start to the time they leave in 1 year. And I think as adults, sometimes we go through years where there's just not a lot of growth, like you look back at the year before, and there are times in my life that I think the year before looks a whole lot like the year I was in. But, thinking about this year, this 365 days, it's just like crazy, like night and day, life and death, near death, but not only just living.
And the rebirth.
I'm not just living. I'm like doing a lot more than just living and existing. As the quote that we put out on Kim Bearden's recently, don't just exist, like choose living, not existing. And I'm so grateful to be able to Dave you're constantly trying to tone me down, like, T, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Cause I'm like, constantly wanting to try new things. Like, I tried jujitsu.
I sent her a message the other night. I said, like, hey, like, freedom is awesome, and you are free to do anything you want, but you can't do everything. You can do anything, but maybe not everything. So
he was asking me, why do you want to try all these things? I'm like, I tried jujitsu and hot Pilates, and I want to try this shred class. And he's like, T, and then you still have CrossFit and running and work. And he's like, what are you doing? Are you thinking about signing up for those? I'm like, no, I just want to try it.
You're like the phoenix that has risen from the ashes.
Yeah. Pickleball. That's the other one.
Yeah. And to get to the next level, like you have to burn, right? In order to get, like, you're like a phoenix. I feel like there's a podcast in there for you somewhere. But
there we go.
And
I need to learn more.
What I need is to get back. I went through like a little flurry there, put like 5 episodes out, and then got back into I got stuck again. So I need to get rolling with the Dave Burgess Show again.
Yeah, for sure. I need to get rolling with Real Journey Show. Somebody asked me here at the apartments, hey, I only listened to one of your episodes. I'm like, that's all I've put out since I've been here.
This Kristen said thriving. That reminds me. And hey, Ryan, good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Mr. Ryan Reed. Appreciate you being here, Ryan. Yeah, and so I don't know where I was going with that. I was going somewhere with that though, and it was going to be so deep. Oh, it was going to be so deep, but much like my podcast, I don't know where it's going next. So.
It's going to go.
Yeah. So the big news in the educational world the last week has been ISTE. So ISTE was going strong in Denver, Colorado. And if you were #not at ISTE like Tara and me, then you probably maybe had a little bit of FOMO, as we were seeing all kinds of people that you know and connections and all that gathering together, and like the socials and the pictures in the exhibit hall and everybody getting their little hugs on and selfies and all that kind of stuff like that. So it was fun to see the ISTE hashtag going crazy. I will admit to having like there was parts of the weekend where I was like going, oh my gosh, like maybe I should have just like, I didn't have anything going on. I could have flown into Denver and been there to hang out a little bit, but did not. So Tisha, well, I see Tisha just popped in. Welcome, Tisha. And Tisha was there. I know she had a very busy time at ISTE between doing stuff, some of her stuff, but then doing all kinds of stuff with Canva and in the Canva booth and all that. And Liz Bostwick, I saw, was there with her in the Canva booth, and they had all kinds of good stuff on like sketchnoting and different things. And so, but it did look like a great time, and it looked like a whole lot of AI. So this seems to be the summer of AI. I've talked to several people about this, whereas like, so last year, of course, AI was around last year. And, but last year was kind of, I feel like districts were like, oh, what is this? We're not sure. We're like, maybe the more innovative people in the district were talking about AI, but like as a whole, everything kind of moves a little slow sometimes in education. And people are kind of like, oh, we don't know what this is. Let's just be careful. Let's be cautious. And then this year, it seems like districts are like, we got to have someone come and talk to us about AI. And like every session of these conferences seems to have like AI tacked on to the end of it or somewhere on it. And so I think ISTE, this was the year of AI.
For sure. Hey, Tisha, since you're in here, I saw this pop up on my stories. I'm going to see if I can pull it up from Facebook.
Ryan says that Ryan said the AI was big, and he did some PD and was been in the interviews too. I bet that people are talking about that in interviews, and good that you are too, Ryan.
AI.
Oh, look at this.
Huge. Tish, do you remember this? Last year, she missed her sessions and everything. She was with me in the hospital. It's wild. Okay.
This was when you decided to go, after going to the emergency room, you decided to go and present in a booth at ISTE. I remember this. I was very upset with you.
2 days later. Yeah. 2 days later. Crazy. Yeah, I was hurting. After getting my insides tied back in.
Yeah. After pushing your intestines back inside and getting in an Uber.
Oh gosh, TMI for the live. Come on. We already lived that. This whole crew is like, oh, please.
At least I didn't say what you pushed them back inside of.
Let's just not talk about it. It was crazy and stressful. It was right there the whole time. Oh my God, craziness. Yeah, grateful that's not the case any longer. Also, I was thinking about something when you were talking about AI. How there were some people at the pool. By the way, that's the happening place at Skytop, which is my apartment complex. The pool is the center of everything. It's like we live in a Barbie house and the pool is in the middle.
If for people to picture this, where Tara lives, although it's outdoors rather than indoors, it's like an Embassy Suites with all the rooms out around the edges. And then in the center, rather than that kind of greenery breakfast area in an Embassy Suites, the pool. So everyone can look down from like their balconies at the pool area, and everything is like, it's like a,
there's like commons areas down there, like a fire pit, cornhole, grills, cabanas. There's like a bunch of things. So where the people hang out, where the reality show happens, is at the pool. Anyways, at the pool, I was sitting down there reading, and some people next to me were talking about AI. And the guy was just definitely like anti-AI. He thinks AI, like, we should not have this in schools. Like, it was just like, whoa. I was like, whoa, what's
kind of what Dan's saying. Like Some teachers, all they want to do is talk about cheating.
Exactly. Or them being able to, write. He's like, you work for a publishing company. How can you support AI? Oh my God. But he's my friend too, right? So it was great to like just have a decent conversation about someone who's not in education, a parent, of a 9-year-old, and try to help him to understand, what AI is not leaving. It's not leaving. So we might as well embrace it and kind of teach kids how to use it for their benefit. And I talked about how it could benefit him as a parent, grocery list, started thinking about things that would make his single dad life easier.
Yeah.
And just kind of helping him to understand, we let kids use technology and we let it help them drive the productivity that they're able to do because of it. We're empowering them not to be scared of this, not to be shying away from it, but like embracing it and using it for the good. And by the time we left that conversation, I can't say that I fully convinced him of AI, but there were definitely, his wheels were cranking. He wasn't like as anti-AI.
Yeah, for sure. If you know how to engineer prompts in such a way that it's going to do some of the stuff for you that you used to spend all sorts of time doing, it can be so effective. And I remember I told this story in a podcast with Matt Miller, but Finn, my son, had to submit letters of recommendation for the massage therapy program. And one of the people that he really wanted a recommendation for or from said, okay, listen, I don't have time to write your recommendation, but if you write it and send it to me, I'll change anything I want to change, sign it and send it back to you. Right. And so Finn's like, oh my God, like, how am I going to write a letter? Like Finn was like, overwhelming. I'm like, are you kidding me? ChatGPT, say, write a letter recommendation from the position the person was in for a candidate for a massage therapy program. And we just like did a little prompt that took us like 2 minutes to enter, right? To like just kind of engineer it, just write and enter it. And 10 seconds later, we're like, oh my God, that's better than we could have ever written. Like, that is fantastic. And we changed a few things to make it specific to Finn and sent it off in minutes. And Finn sent it off in minutes to this person who said, don't want to change the thing, put the signature on it, send it back to Finn, and it was over. I mean, like, that's just like a perfect example of like, if you, something like that you would have slaved over all night, just seconds now.
It's so true. I do it for like little prompts or also like short little blurbs that I have to do for, especially if it is in my work. Well, Dave knows this. We get a lot of pitches for books, and sometimes you want to give them some very specific feedback. But I mean, when you're getting 15 pitches a week and everybody needs to hear something, like, it's so hard to come up with a different kind of email every single time. And I don't want to copy and paste the same exact one. So I just put in the things I really want to say and help me write an email that says this. And I just like pull it over to my Grammarly, add my Tara-isms in there, and then send that over to the person pitching the book. And I found that it's just super helpful, emails and stuff like that. Otherwise, you just spend so much time going over it in your head and looking at it. I feel like when ChatGPT just gives me the base of it, when I put in all the information that I needed, that I could just fill it in a little bit and boom. Yeah. It's personalized. It's a little bit different, but it's also very professional.
Hi to Yesenia, by the way, thank you for joining us. And I saw Donna popped in here. Good to see you as well. Thank you so much for popping in. Yeah, really appreciate you. I saw a thing on Facebook. Someone, I'm trying to remember who it was, maybe Ian. I can't, but basically it said there was this customer service survey that had been filled out, and it was filled out by like 2,000 people who had submitted customer service feedback for a company, right? And so what he did is he uploaded it all to AI, and then asked AI to kind of categorize it and summarize it into some of the top takeaways from the survey. And so just the amount of time that would take to read 2,000 customer written surveys, right? And then in seconds, AI processed it all, said, here are the top 5 most commonly pieces of feedback. And then if you want to go further, you could ask for suggestions, like, give me 7 ways that we could best address the concerns in our customer feedback survey and improve our service for customers, and what are we doing strong and how can we improve on it. Like, all this could just be done in 15 minutes, and just even processing the 2,000 before would have been taking somebody a whole weekend.
For sure. That's wild.
Hey, Lynette, thank you for joining us. Good to see you in here.
We have lots of people in here tonight. Yeah. You guys are killing it. So AI, it's not going anywhere. We might as well use it. I love this. There's so much about it that makes my work a little bit easier.
Yeah. The Zen teacher. ChatGPT creates the block of clay, then we have to sculpt. That's absolutely true.
I love that. Yeah. And I like what Nick said about her post. She's been making a lot of posts, and she says that it really nails like what she wants. When you're writing so many posts a day or so many emails, like emails is another thing. I just get tired of saying the same thing over and over. And I'm like, I want to be a little more specific. And I feel like with AI, you can kind of get there.
Yeah.
Great for game ideas. Yeah, for sure, Tish. That's so cool. And I think it's great for just like almost any, you can substitute that word game for Tish's right there with any kind of idea that like you're trying to get a few ideas down, give me some ideas about blah. And it just gives you like a few. And then you can kind of pick and choose and kind of decide which one you're going to elaborate upon.
Right. Give me 5 open-ended project-based learning ideas for blah, blah, this, that, whatever it is that you used to sit and try to come up with, what would be like on your choice board for students or something for options like this. Like you could just,
rubrics.
It's a brainstorming partner. Like you don't have to take everything that it gives you, and you probably shouldn't just take everything it gives you, but what it does is just gets you off of that blank page and can serve as a brainstorming partner whenever you're feeling stuck. And as I'm saying that, of course, I started this whole Facebook Live by saying that I was feeling stuck with my podcast, and like I should probably talk to AI about that.
You should probably go talk to them. Yeah. And also another thing is with chats, like if you guys are hosting any Twitter chats, give you some 4 open-ended questions on a topic. The more specific you ask it, the better the questions, but you can kind of get some great ideas there for open-ended questions for a Twitter chat too.
Yeah.
We've done it a few times. Take and tweak them, sculpt them up a little bit.
Yeah.
Write your sub plans.
Yeah.
It's sure. Legit. Well, we have come to time, Dave. I can't believe it. It's already.
I will tease a couple things.
Yeah.
So first of all, we still have our secret project that we think is going to be
pretty big.
Pretty big, and it's going to be. I'll go out on a limb and say that it will be one of the top 10 selling DBC books of all time by the time it's done. And we have not leaked anything about it yet. And so that is in development right now. And we're working on covers and developmental editing and all that kind of stuff. And somebody who I won't mention still needs to write a foreword for it. But so that's going on. And then we have a book on writing that is coming really super soon that we're very excited about. And I would imagine that pretty soon it would be almost time for cover reveals and a little bit of stuff. And maybe we're going to get a date soon about the launch of our book that's on writing. We have a book from someone who I think a lot of people will know from Instagram, and that is going to, I think, also create a big splash in the marketplace. And so we have lots of books coming that are pretty cool.
We do. This school year is going to be really amazing. Right before the school year and through the school year is super fun.
Yeah.
Fun stuff coming. So keep your eyes open. We'll see you next week. It'll be Dave and I again, I believe. No webinars next week. So
by the way, Kristen says, do you guys feel the need to be polite to chat? Absolutely. I do that all the time. That was something that Matt Miller talked about in his presentation at FETC, by the way, is he kind of made a joke about it. Like, kind of like people talk about they're nervous that AI is going to go rogue and kind of take over and start running the world. And he's like, just in case, like I'm always very polite. And so when and also he mentioned that when you're using it with kids, it's also just an opportunity to interact, to model kindness. And, like, oh, thank you so much. That's very helpful. Do you think it would be possible for you also to give me 6 suggestions on how, whatever, like, and just the way you interact with AI, you're modeling for your students appropriate ways to interact with other human beings too. And I do feel the need to be polite, even though it is AI, and I try to model that as well.
Same. Welcome, David. Always welcome, even if
David.
you're late.
All right, David, I'm ready for another ice cream trip, another more barbecue and ice cream trip sometime with you. Like that was good times.
All right, my friends. Well, we are going to let you go. Thank you for joining us tonight. We had a good little crowd tonight. Thank you for joining us on your summer night, almost summer night for Nick. And we will see you guys next week. It's same place, same time, same faces, different topic. So we'll see you next week. Hopefully Dave will have a new podcast and we'll be talking about that.
Yeah. And next week might be July 4th.
Oh yeah, we may not be here, but we'll see you at some point.
We might all be barbecuing or something.
We'll see you the next time we see you.
Yeah. All right.
Bye everyone. Have a good night.